Understand me here, babe.
Mm-hmm.
My dear, my dear, my dear, you do not know me, but I know you very well. And let me tell you about the feelings I have for you, and I tried. You know, I be trying to tell people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody ever want to believe me, G.
Well, they raggedy models and they smell like cheese ass, so it's fine.
See, this is the thing, Grace, though. This is the thing, Grace.
Mm-hmm.
It is Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom. I was supposed to be making a big announcement today, but I had to push that back. I had some other things. I was otherwise engaged or just inclined to be engaged. And that's just what that were. But bringing the Sabbath to close, we got to get clear. We got to get clear on Cat. Now, you know how I feel about, you know, tell the truth, shame the devil on the Sabbath. So I figure we close it like that. You know, I don't like the way the religious houses have tricked people into believing that God's word says something different than it actually say. You know, honestly, when I think about these churches, it really reminds me of YouTube.
Oh.
No, seriously, Grace. Because what they do on the YouTube is they take the one thing you say, right? Like, you say a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they take a half a sentence.
Yeah.
They don't give you no context. They don't give you no conclusion. They just take a piece of sentence. And then they build a whole nother story around it and tell you that that's what's true.
No, that's right. It's funny. We were just talking about that the other day.
They be remixing the Bible.
Yeah.
I swear to God. What is the difference between a preacher and a DJ? The DJ has a cash app. Like, that's the difference.
Well, technically, no, because the preacher has a collection plate. So,
Shabbat Shalom.
Right.
Happy Sabbath, everyone. I'm just saying.
There is no difference.
I mean, you can't consider the tips that the bottle service girls get, like, you know, collection plate.
Well, no.
Like I was saying to you earlier today when I came down off the mountain. I could not believe I come into civilization and it's Sabbath, right? And I'm trying to be excited. You know? Yeah, well, yeah, the pastors do got the cash app now. But yes, they did. They tore the Bible all up. But I told you, I come out and I said, "Oh, it's pussy out Sabbath." That's what they doing. It's the pussy out Sabbath.
Yes, girl.
Cause I come outside and it's 4 girls. It's not even. It wasn't even 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, Grace. And they got the skirt on, but I could still see their panties.
No, girl. Not me strutting like that when I was class, girl. Oh no.
Before 5 p.m.
Before still.
You can't even blame it on the alcohol, or maybe you could. I don't know.
Not at that time of the afternoon, girl.
But I'm just like, how you running around popping it for Jesus? I don't understand. And people think I'm crazy.
Well, that's all right.
It's been a minute. I ain't been out Winfield in a minute. Salute to Winfield. But no, wait a minute though. They got it just hanging out there. Just monkey out. Just moose knuckle.
They trying to air out, girl.
I don't know what you trying to prove. You trying to prove? I don't know.
Girl.
Anyway, happy Sabbath. Please put some clothes on. Like, we need to have put some clothes on Sabbath. Like, every time I see a hoe, I just run up to her and say, I donate this from our congregation. Get dressed. Yo, wouldn't that be awesome? Every time you see one of these little half-naked hoes, and you just get some clothes, and run up and say, in the name of Jesus, I said, get dressed. Get dressed. Whip that hoe with a pair of jeans and a sweatshirt till she put it on.
I'm telling you, you gotta bless their forehead, though. You gotta make sure that they do it.
Now that's a ministry. Put your clothes on for the Lord in ministry. I'm telling you, I think that's a good one. What you think?
Girl, I'm telling you, like I said, you gotta bless them in the forehead, or you gotta grab their forehead on and then put the clothes on. Now, I mean, like, make them go back.
I'm telling you, come right after. They be like, who that? Oh, that's that evangelist with the clothes. You better get away, man. She hit me with the button last time. Fuck my eye up, man. I put that sweater on just so she would stop hitting me with the buckle. And she kept saying in the name of Jesus, and I felt compelled. Now, see, that's a ministry I can rock with.
Girl, listen,
could you imagine a gang of evangelists running up on a bunch of strip hoes at the let out at the strip club? Could you see it on the news? First thing, holy warfare breaks out at Spearmint Monkeys Gentlemen's Club. Apparently, a group of Bible workers decided that they needed to get these women dressed themselves. You got a whole evangelist sitting there. Put your leg in it. Put your leg in it. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you, whore. Yo, that's a ministry. That's a ministry.
Girl, I'm telling you.
What you think?
What
you think?
I want my hat, and they're going to have me. I want my big hat. That's it.
You know, and of course you got to get the deaconess that come with the fan. You better lay down. Put it on. Put it on. Put the girdle on. Put the girdle on. You gonna wear this lycra today in the name of the Lord. You would need a BBL if you had the proper girdle. Put it on. Put it. Yo, that's a ministry, G.
I'm telling you.
That's a ministry Lord. I can bang with. I can sign up for that, G.
I'm telling you, I'm a volunteer faithfully every Monday.
Oh my goodness. And listen to me. Yeah, look, you go down there. We take that ministry down there to H-Town. It's going to be a straight pow-pow. They're going to be, them hoes going to fight for the right to slut. You hear me? They're going to fight. But in the name, we rebuke it. Put your clothes on, ministries. Yes. And love right back to Louisiana. Da boo. Oh my goodness. But no, like seriously. There is so many misconceptions in the word. And we was just having like a really, really, really dope conversation about the church, homosexuality, and sodomy. And like, we would sit here just having a conversation, and we don't have to get into all of the details because the truth is, it's a hot button topic for anybody that talks about it.
Yeah, we don't want nobody to start crying.
No. You know, I'm everything bad. Let's not add anything else today. But I keep telling people that there is a difference between a homosexual man and a sodomite. People think because a sodomite and a homosexual engorge, engorge. You hear me? I say engorge. Freudian slip. Okay, because they both engage, your mother's going to jail. In the name of Jesus.
Your daddy ran off with STDs.
And I bet you your mama half naked. Tell that hoe to put some clothes on. In the name. Are you out of here? In the name, tell your mama put some clothes on. I'm telling you, Clothes On Ministries. Put your clothes on Ministries. We are here. We are here to help you come back to your right mind. And so you can leave your reprobate mind behind. Put your clothes on Ministries. We'll do it for you. Won't he do it?
If you can get on your knees for that man, squeeze your crushed your phallus, you can get on
That's
your
all right.
knees.
When you get down there on your knees while you're praying, we're going to make sure we get a good bra and a girdle on you. All this BBL business. You see what it done to Vivica? You see what it done to her? Did you see what they done to her?
No, what happened to Vivica?
You haven't seen Vivica Fox's BBL at 60?
Girl, no, she did that? Why? Why? I don't know why people do the things that they do. Never mind. I ain't worried about it. Now what happened? They put cement in her too?
I mean, it's the Sabbath. I'm trying not to be mean. And my mama always said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say it to their face and get it over with quickly. Be prepared to fight.
Okay. We talked about that earlier too. We're going to move on. It's okay.
The thing
I hope I helped
is,
as well.
why do women at the age of 60 need BBLs?
Why?
Like, that's the main question.
I have a few questions, but no.
Like, at 60 years old.
I wish I would.
Self-confidence.
Should be through the roof,
but it should be instilled.
Yeah.
And I know now. I've never had plastic surgery, and I probably never will. I'm not against it. I think for some people it's a good thing, but for me, all of the things that women consider imperfect about their bodies are the evidence of my motherhood. I'm really not ashamed about what my kids did to my body. When I was younger, yeah, because I was a young, dumb kid, and it was all about beauty, and all the girls got to wear bikinis, and the overstretched skin that Giovanni put on my stomach made it impossible for me to wear anything but a one piece, you know. And one of the things that I loved about going to nude beaches as maturing, yeah, but as a maturing adult woman, was not being ashamed of my birthing belly, because it brought life into the world.
Exactly.
And all of these, well, I mean, listen to me, my skin was pristine. You would understand why I was disappointed. You would understand.
You remember that story you told me when you had to get on his ass and you told him about this first part in your bikini?
Oh, no, because my son going to tell me, because he was mad that I was trying to get him up for school for the breakfast on time. And I was down there slaving. And he had blueberry pancake and bacon and scrambled eggs with cheese. And he had home fries. And he had chocolate milk. And you don't want to get up and have breakfast?
Oh, no. You girl.
Because you don't want to go to school? And you ain't gotta go to work? And you ain't gotta pay no bit. What? And this was at the time that he discovered them SEX phone lines. Cause he ran up a bill on me on that when he was 12 for $750. And he tried to lie to me about it. And front like he wasn't the one making the phone calls. Guess where I found the evidence? Ask me where I found the evidence of Giovanni and the SCX teen girl nasty lines. Ask me where I found the evidence. What matters most, the most important thing is the first part. Where did I find the evidence?
Where you found it, girl?
He had the number to the phone line written on the inside of his pillow.
Oh, no.
With a jar of Vaseline.
No, girl, no.
At 12.
No.
He wrote the number on the inside of the pillow. So I wouldn't see it because it was in the case and had the Vaseline in there.
No, girl.
I found it when it was laundry time.
That was my next question. How?
Laundry. I was coming in to get the sheets to make the laundry.
Girl, children.
You must be laughing your ass off. You forgot the O. She just got LMA. She forgot the whole O. She gotta be laughing. Like it was just laughing my ass. I'm serious. That's how I found it out. So guess what? It was me and my first husband. We approached him about it and sat him down and let him know we had the bill. It was $750. There was going to have to be some compensation. Okay. There was going to have to, you're going to have to do some extra chores. You're going to be on punishment. There is going to be some adjustments made here. He continued to sit there and insist. That it was not him. You want to know when it got interesting? When I got sick and tired of him playing in my face. And I took the pillow. I said, what you got to say about this in your little bottle? Your little friend. What you got to say about this, though? And he looked, and his eyes just was like, oh, fuck. And I said, you didn't do what? You didn't do what? I started beating the shit out of him with that pillow. I ain't even gonna lie. You motherfucking $750. You gonna play in my motherfucking face and get it motherfucker. It was the most vicious pillow assault I have ever issued out on anyone in my life. G, you ain't gonna play in my face. I found the number in your handwriting on the inside of your pillow with a bottle of Vaseline, but you ain't do it. And how dare anybody try to make a lie out of you? What the thing in the name? Put some clothes out. I'm telling you. Put some clothes on Ministries. Live in effect. Amen. Amen.
Your children are terrible. Girl, I'm surprised that you got your life is working because baby, I'm trying to get this to and it ain't coming in. It won't come in at all.
Oh wow, they shadow banana. They do the thing. They be trying to stop me. They be trying to stop my flow. There's no way there's only 160 people here. They just hating. And you want to know what? They not even letting you in. Now that's the sad part about it. Why y'all won't let Grace in? Why y'all always want to keep the people that love me away? Why you want to run away all my people?
That's all right, you funny and breath bitches, because I'm in here. Nah, you should have let me in.
Oh my God. I got 300,000, over 300, almost 400,000, pushing 400,000 subscribers. Don't nobody know I'm here.
Girl, they want
Wow.
I just wanted to see, yes, this page is not loading at all. And now
But
I'm
see,
talk. So,
yeah, your man.
Your mama bald headed and use a musky bitch. Your daddy ran long with the babysitter.
Y'all can cry like Silly and Nettie. Baki da, look at asses. Shabbat shalom. No, but for real though.
Girl, but no way.
They be hating. They be hating and they be capping on the word. They be capping on the word. A homosexual and a sodomite are not the same thing.
At all.
They're not the same thing. Gay men don't act like sodomites. And sodomites are evil. Because what they do with the human body goes against, it's a complete abomination. You are not supposed to be doing force on people.
At all.
When it comes to something that God put for people to connect and come together in a special way. And that's what I was saying, like, it's the cap for me with the church. Because they always tell the story that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because it was LGBTQ. And that's not why. That's not why. It was called Sodom. That's why the crime is called sodomy. Because what they was doing was what? A crime. Grape is a crime. Yes, Diddyism. The Diddyites.
Yep.
That's why he changed it from sodomite to Diddyite. The Diddy doo-wop bops. That's what I'm saying. A real homosexual man isn't running around forcing anybody to do anything with him. Matter of fact, a real gay man would never want to take anything from anyone at all. That's just not gay men. And it's sad because you got all of these Diddyites talking about they LGBT, but they don't act LGBT. They don't behave LGBT. They don't do any of the LGBT things that real LGBT do.
You're running around pretending to be gangsters and everything else.
Like all of these violent so-called transgender women. Like the one that unalived Shanquilla Robinson. All of these years, they finally now started to get around to it. I do not believe he was real trans, because I'm telling you right now, trans people by nature are docile. They don't like aggression. Even when they on their hormones, they might get agitated. They might get a little bitchy, but they're not violent people. It's not in their tendencies. And you can go back and look throughout the years of all of the men that have gotten sex change since way back in the 60s and 70s. You had to pass, back then, you had to pass a certain psychological test in order to even be considered for gender reassignment of surgery.
They do that still?
No. I don't know why they stopped.
That's a damn thing.
I don't know why they stopped. Because that was the test that could tell whether or not you are a real person dealing with gender crisis or you were a psychopath and a freak using gender crisis as your cover.
That's
See, a lot of people don't realize that the LGBTIA and the Q plus communities have a lot of predators that hide in our communities. And they pretend to be one of us. And they think because we all are different and look different and act different, that it's gonna make it possible for people, for it to be hard to see what they actually are. And unfortunately, it works. Because I do not believe that the person that snapped Shanquilla Robinson's neck is real trans. I believe it was just a man in the makeup. Because real trans, they're not violent like that. Yeah, they not like us.
Not the ones that I met.
No, none of them.
I mean, I have never
And guess
done
what
that.
the key markers were to be turned away for gender reassignment?
What?
Violent tendencies, sociopathic tendencies. Like, they check you for all of that. You can't, no background in rage.
Move that out the way. No.
And it was good that they did that, because it showed that not everybody that's saying that they trans is really trans. They're just looking for another disguise. Yeah, R.I.P. to Shanquilla Robinson and her family. I hope they get justice. Finally, after all of those years of YouTubers making a mockery of that story and confusing the hell out of everybody, finally, somebody might be getting some answers. God bless that family. So, if you have somebody who is pretending to be one thing and living as that one thing, they slip in. They slip in.
And that's so dangerous. Like,
it's very dangerous.
So
because the thing is, sodomite is not a gay man. He's a sodomite. And a sodomite is an evil person.
Yep.
And that's why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, not because of their intimate personal choices, but because what they had become was evil and grotesque. Like we were talking about the story, but to put it all in the context, Abraham went and asked for Sodom and Gomorrah to be saved. He asked for... What's going on, nephew? It's Auntie Jag. People be nosy in my life.
It's not their fault. You're very interesting.
What's going on? Everybody good?
Huh?
Everybody good in there?
Yeah, good.
I need to talk to you about some money moves. I gotta get ready to bring my stuff in. I'll be in a second.
Okay, all right.
You gonna be here?
Yeah, I'm about to, I gotta finish, putting this, couch together.
Oh, new couch?
Yeah, new couch. But it's like a full time in my mom's room.
Okay. I gotta go check it out. I love it when y'all spoil her. She's earned it. You fixing to go to the store or something? I gotta get ready to make a turnaround. I gotta drop something off. You think you could come with me? Like in a bit, not right now. All right, cool. All right. It's so funny that people think only the weirdos that talk crap about me online are related to me, and I don't have a beautiful family. But anywho's I can't wait for this wedding. I cannot wait for this wedding.
You're gonna have to take like a bajillion pictures and then let me see them.
I don't know why you talking like you're not gonna be there.
Oh, you talking about that way? Girl, listen, don't get me started. Because you know that I will transport and I will leave here. I will think about nothing but flowers and garments and all types of napkins and all types of details.
You have to come to the wedding just so you can be there. Idea. Love you, dear. We should talk. I've been thinking about you and praying for you every day. But, like I was saying, Abraham went to God and said, don't destroy, don't kill all the people. He said, if I can find 50 people, will you save it? And God said, if you can find 50 people, I saved it. Then, you know, he did a little research. Was like, you know what, God, I spoke too fast. If I can find 30 people, can you save it? And then, hey, Tavon. Love you and miss you as well. But he said, if you can, I'm trying to understand. He said 30 people, and then he came back and he said, you know what? Maybe I spoke too soon. He said, how about 20 people? And God said, go ahead, find 20. If you can find 20, I'll save it. He like bargained all the way down.
Girl, all the way down.
To like 510. He went from 50 to like 510. Now understand, this is a whole community. Thousands of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They couldn't find 510.
Yes.
Good people. In thousands.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I'm not understanding why these people is thinking like these towns only had like 50 people. No, like we're talking thousands of people. These were whole communities. Like, think Atlanta. Think Miami.
Yes.
Like, we talking about lots of people.
Girl.
They couldn't find 5.
Couldn't find 5.
That had absolutely nothing to do with their orientation or proclivities or anything like that. These people were trash.
It's insane.
These people were trash. They were horrible people. They were criminals. They were terrible. They were bullies. They hurt people. They abused people. They essayed people. They did all kinds of things. This ain't got nothing to do with who they like to lay down with. This is the fact that they didn't like to lay down. They said get down or lay down. See what I'm saying? We're not talking about people laying with people. We're talking about people saying, yo, get down and lay down and bust it open for me, ho. I'm taking you to Pound Town. That's not the same. That's not the same.
Yeah, the same thing.
They was the gay mafia. They was the Diddyites. They was the original Diddy Doo-Wop Bops.
But you remember how you were saying
this is back in Genesis?
How the pastor, like how they pushed the narrative.
Yeah, they wanted that. They wanted that good angel meat. Yup.
Not angel meat.
They wanted that good fresh angel meat. That's why they came to the house.
I'm done. The children cutting up tonight, and I'm done.
That's why they came.
They said angel meat, and they said that I cut up too much. Girl, they
wanted that good fresh angel meat, and they was willing to clip wings to get it. You hear me?
Girl, they wanted tender booty.
Yeah, the Diddy Doo-Wop Bop, the originals, Diddyite.
I am so through.
You got the sodomite, and then we got the 2.0, the Diddyite, the Diddy Doo-Wop Bop.
Girl, the children said that they wanted that angel booty. Y'all,
they did. But that's what they wanted. That's who was there. Listen to me. Hear me. Please. Believe me. This is what was going on. This is wild. That's why we breaking it down. Now, we talking about Sodom and Gomorrah and the lies that the church has been telling about why God destroyed that town.
The lies.
Preachers have been saying for years that the reason why God destroyed the town was because the people were homosexual. But that's not true. These aren't homosexuals. These Diddyites. They Diddy Doo-Wop Bop. They the sodomite. Big difference. Gay mafia. Very big difference. We're not talking about matching chocolate Labradors and a doorman named Phil. We're not talking about that. We're talking about him taking you to Pound Town, bust it open, ho. That's a different thing.
Well, y'all need unique baths.
We're not talking about brunch at Barney's. We're not talking about that. We're talking about no meal, no food, no water. We're talking R. Kelly style, like he said in the song. And he gonna work you and work you and work you. And if he feel like it, he gonna let you get up and get you something to drink and wash that monkey and come back and he going back at it. We talking to cows. We talking cows treatment.
Yo, you see,
your mother's annoying. Why does she let you type?
she probably got venereal.
Put your clothes on. Ministries can be at your service whenever you'd like. And we whooping ass with clothes from Goodwill in the name of Jesus.
She say clothes from Goodwill.
Girl, I ain't spending no money on that. I go right over there to the Goodwill and look in the bin. I ain't spending no money on these hoes. If these niggas ain't spending no money on these hoes, I definitely ain't spending no money on these hoes at all. You must be out of your mind. Think I'm gonna pay to dress shit? Look, we go right over there and jack that bin. You better hope we find 2 shoes that match.
Girl, listen, you'll be fucking around digging through a bunch of stomachs, okay?
You think I'm no, the Lord said, thou shalt not cast thy pearls before swine. These hoes is pigs. Why would I waste $1 of my money on them? I'm there to bring them the word. I'm there to bring them the word. And the word is, it don't matter who the designer is. You gonna put put it on for Jesus.
You better put these on.
Put it on.
Girl, I'm tired. Stop.
I can't.
No.
I can't. My thoughts on the book of Enoch, you'll have to wait for another live. So
I actually just downloaded that. So, hey, I can't wait for that one. Shout out to
well, see, people like to ask me about the book of Enoch because people want to know what I think about what it says. And then usually if they ask me to say something about that, it then leads to a conversation about the Jubilees and the Nephilim.
Mm-hmm.
Why you
They're not ready for that.
asking me? Y'all don't really want to know the truth. You want to hear a bunch of salacious crap.
Yes, they do.
What do I think about Kanye's relationship with Diddy? I think they're both 2 men that are mad at Sean Corey Carter. That's what I think. I think it's a mad bitch link up. There you go.
She said a mad bitch.
Well, he's running around breaking up with all of his friends on PowerPoint.
What? Diddy, you know I haven't been in this reality for like quite some time. Real low.
Now, like I'm saying, we talking. Come on now, we talking about the difference between a gay man and a sodomite, and how the church just made all gay men sodomites.
Which is a damn shame. See, this is why.
Because at the end of the day, now let's finish with the story. Let's make sure we got all the facts before we start drilling it. Okay? Oh, you missed me? Here I am. I heard y'all was looking for me. Here I go. Here I go. Let's get it clear. Let's get it clear. Hold on a second. Hold on, Grace. Hello?
Hey.
Hold on a second. Let me put you on the phone. Hi. What's up? No. No, I'm live on Instagram, so I had to put you in the phone because I was on speaker with Grace. Yeah. No. No, did you get my message? No, because the stalkers are still calling. You're gonna listen to me. You gotta put on all your. This is what I've been telling you when they started calling with the death threats the other day about you and. Well, when can we talk? I know. I love you. All right. Grace? Oh, yeah, that was your uncle.
Oh, how's he doing?
They're
we'll talk about it later.
No, they doxed his phone number again, just like they did mine. They sending threats and doing on the call. You know all the stuff they do.
Girl, I'm telling you, that they didn't go down the way it's supposed to go down. Listen, I want to see if everybody about the shit they talking about.
I love me some him. And not Tony Braxton love me some him. I mean, like, really love me. Like, love me some him.
I love me some him.
Yeah.
I never really cared for that
song. Shit, a week ago it was 7 whole days. And not a word from you. 7 whole nights.
Girl.
And I'm just about through. I can't take it, won't take it, can't take it no more. I had about enough of it. Oh my God.
Fucking Peter, don't do him like that.
Yeah, but that was after day 1. It wasn't even 7 whole days.
Don't do him like that.
I'm always a skip to the end, ho. You breaking up with me? Say it to my face. But see, that's the thing, though, with getting gaslit. When people are cloning people's accounts, cloning people's phone numbers, impersonating, salute to May 17th, impersonating loved ones, impersonating enemies, and they do all of these things just to drive people crazy. You know? But what was we saying? So we was talking, that man always distracts me in such the most
That's
amazing
okay, because he's your man, girl. He's your man, and he's supposed to.
Oh my God. You know, I'll be glad when he's done with everything he needs to be done with, because these new projects that we're doing,
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for him because it's going to be great. And the team that we're working with and our management company, Push Management, you know, it's Tony Braxton is definitely better than Mary J. Blige, but that's the thing. Mary J. Blige, that's not a stretch. Like, it don't take much to be better than her.
Oh, no.
It don't.
Didn't you say we weren't supposed to be fighting?
I'm not fighting. I'm being dead ass honest. That's howling pig, who's also an arthritic BBL victim.
Yeah, man, got BBL.
She was just bragging about getting titties at 55. Like, that's a freaking accomplishment.
Yeah. Girl, when you said these hoes be farting, they smell like asbestos.
And that's what's happening to the Vivica. We'll get back to that. Because she's a victim of this. She's a victim of the sodomites too. You know, she was in love with one.
We were talking about. We were talking about how to.
You remember she was all in love with Periwinkle, and then you remember she tried to shoot her shot, and now she shot it in her ass.
Girl, that shit hit this.
And it's lumpy. It looks like cottage cheese.
Ew.
She had on tights, and you can see that. it hadn't rested. Yeah, because these hoes be filling up with that industrial grade silicone, smelling like sawdust and caulk. I don't know how you expect to find love. Smelling, sweating like asbestos while you... Really? That's what we calling sexy.
Ew, like, no. Mm-mm.
That's what we calling sexy. Your home improvement. Your home improvement.
Girl.
Listen to me. And now these hoes is old, right? And that's the thing that I'm not understanding.
Girl, like,
no, these hoes is old. Listen to me. For a woman, and I don't have the biggest ass in the world. I never have, and I've never wanted to. See, that's the thing. I don't need all that ass. Like,
we gonna talk about people.
No. Let's be clear. Let's be clear about this ass thing. Let's keep it real. The more ass you have, the more clean you have to be. See, women, we secrete. We secrete.
In all kinds
so
of
you
places.
cannot tell me that you ain't dripping in all of that fake crack.
Girl.
Okay?
Girl.
All right?
Girl.
Let's get this clear.
All right.
The white from front to back has to be vicious.
Girl.
Because you got to make sure that you hitting bottom.
No.
You got to make sure you hitting bottom while you wipe, yo.
No, man.
You can't do a shallow wipe with all that extra ice.
A shallow white TD, really?
You can't. You can't do the, wait a minute, I'm in a rush, I'm going to be late, and do the whoop whoop. No, you got to take care.
Oh, no, and then most of them be having, like, these 10-inch nails.
You got to take, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Most of them with the oversized ass got the 2 long nails. Now you sitting there like Freddy Krueger, ripping out small portions of your anus. Now you need a peachy man kit, and you ain't even a man. You gotta hit the bottom. Otherwise, stuff is gonna start seeping back. I'm just saying. Let's be real. And guess what? As a woman gets older, listen to me, ain't nobody got time to take a whole bath every time they got to go to the bathroom. Ain't nobody got time to take a whole bath. Even prostitute, they carry the baby wipes, but you still got to make sure it's not a shallow wipe with all that nail. You got to hit the bottom. And you can't just throw the water up and run underneath it. Every chance you get, that no woman has time for that. What the sweet brown say? Ain't nobody got time for that. Yo, where Brandy at? She washing her ass again, man. Like, that's what it would be like. Yo, man, I thought we was good, man. She washing her ass again, man. Fucking around, had that red beans and rice. She been shitting all day. Come on. Come on. And over 40, your body chemistry changes. No, because you start getting them hot flashes. That core start heating up. So now we talking about sweat. Okay? We talking about sweat. And sweat with the secretion and all the extra A ass. And it's cooking. It's cooking. We're talking petri dish. It's cooking.
Oh, no.
For real.
Niggas be wanting to eat ass? No.
Listen to me.
No.
They be better off licking the toilet. Now, like I said.
At Walmart, girl.
Like I said.
Walmart. Oh.
You got that
Oh my
sweat.
God.
You got sweat. You got secretion. You got all kind of stuff going on down there. And you got 10-inch fingernails. Running around looking like Edward Scissors hands. You got too much nail. You got too much ass. And not enough time to keep this thing clean. Nobody got that kind of time.
How do we get here? How do we get here?
Vivica Fox got us here because there is no way an orthoretic sex kitten should be walking around with a botched BBL at 60 years old, ma'am. No way. Number one, you're getting older, so your motor functions is different.
Girl.
Like, that's why I'm doing my physical training. I'm up on the mountain training again.
You're going to fuck around and have them the elephant legs.
Because my motor functions is changing. And if I want to keep my time, I got to keep, I got to keep to me. I got to get me. I got to keep it right. But as you get older, what happens if she has a little tick and she poke a hole in that thing? You know?
She gonna be looking like Bala off that movie.
What happened if she could poke a hole in that thing? Then 50 Cent gonna be laughing at her again. Then she gonna be crying again. Then Corey Holcomb gonna talk about it, and then everybody gonna say he hate women.
Yeah, girl, fuck you.
If your self-esteem is that non-existent at 60, that you don't realize that you're making your elderly years worse, ma'am. Because if they gotta take that stuff out, it's only gonna hurt you. She should have watched that K. Michelle business when she was doing that series about her body dysmorphia. Can you imagine having to go into the doctor to get treated for diabetes and a flesh-eating disease from your botched BBL that went wrong? Filled with sawdust and coke. Trying to compete with children. Now you're old, you got hot flashes, your ass is wet. You starting to smell like a dog. Now you gotta sit there and become so dissolate just to wipe your ass. You can't tell me these hoes don't be playing Twister trying to get that ass clean. You can't tell me. Leg up on the wall, one over here on the side. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta bend over. And you gotta make sure that them nails don't scratch nothing, because you don't want to lose no skin.
No, girl, no.
Fix a flat for that ass. Indeed.
No, I don't even think some of them don't even do that. Like, I'm prepared to assume that some of these hoes just be talking.
All this in his ass. For what? Yeah, downward facing dog. All that.
These hoes don't walk.
They waddle. And do you know who I feel sorry is for with all of these audacious curves?
Who?
I feel sorry for all of their knees. do. You know, I was an athlete when I was a kid. I lived like a soldier. I know all of the pressure that all of the stuff that I've done has done to my knees. And the older and the closer I get to 50, I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at some of them choices. I should have just let that hoe make it that day. Because it wasn't worth what I'm feeling now.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
It wasn't worth what I'm feeling now. That hoe wasn't worth this.
No.
I'm going through this over raggedy ass. I should have let her make it.
It's gonna be limping, man.
But the older you get, like even
like
now, yeah, it can move through you. It can cause an embolism. It can do it. It's like eating blowfish. You know, it kills 1 in every 75 people that eat it. It's the same thing with all this plastic surgery business. We get back to that later. I'm talking about this AIDS. Because, I mean, essentially, that's what this conversation has been really about. It's really just been about AIDS. Some people buying them, some people taking them.
Girl.
You heard what Ray J say? Asses are being taken every day. That's what the Ray J said. That's what Rayford said. We talking about ass. Hey. Some bought. What's the thing? Borrow. What was it? Something borrow, something blue, something old, something new.
Yeah.
Ice.
Girl, no.
Yeah.
Girl, no. No.
Absolutely. You got some borrowed ass, you got some blue ass. You got some old ass, you got some new ass. Hey. Hey. The Diddyites.
Girl, can we go
It's
back
too
to
much.
space? It's so raggedy down here. Like, can we go
Listen
back
to me.
space,
I'm telling you right now. I done told everybody. Tony Busby is not what people think, but I hope he succeeds at what he's trying to do. I don't know how Justin Bieber will get free. And maybe that's something that we will be able to explore. Me and Grace and Odell, we're about to produce a new podcast series. I'm not telling you the name yet because everybody's going to go crazy and look for it and try to find a way to jack off of it and do something. I don't know. Whatever people do. But point is, listen to me. Ja Rule came out that room naked and said there was a whole bunch of freaky stuff going on, didn't he? Ain't that what Gene said? And you heard what his baby mom said, his wife said when he went to jail. She said stop visiting him because he had someone, his roommate. A man. What man tells his wife to stop visiting so he can have more time alone with his cellmate? Did he do out bop much?
Girl, I wish.
I guess Irv took that to his grave too. But see, this the thing. Back to this ice. It all comes down to that, don't it? All just seem to come down to the ass. Now let's get this figured out. And salute to Kadisha Lynn. So let's get this figured out. There were no good people in Sodom and Gomorrah. God sent the order. He sent 2 angels. Now they say that angels walk amongst us. They look just like us. You wouldn't know the difference from one or another. You never know when an angel is present. Apparently they were fine. Now they went down there to the town, and then they met Lot in the court, downtown. And they said they was going to check into the hotel, and Lot said, no, you don't know this place. You should just come back to my house. He convinced him. He said, I will have wine, I'll make bread, we'll have supper, it'll be great. I mean, Chelsea Handler has a very appropriate last name. So, like I was saying,
Oh.
they get back to the house. Okay?
Mm.
And everything's going all right. And then they start banging on the door. They say, we seen them 2 new freaks you brought up here in town. Why you holding out on this lot? Send them over here. We trying to take them to Pound Town. No, you gotta break bread. Yes. Break buns. Yes.
Girl.
Bring them out.
Girl, girl.
Now I want to ask you a question. Does that sound like a bunch of homosexual men? Or does it sound like a bunch of sodomites?
Hell no, it sounds like a bunch of perverts.
Exactly. They weren't asking to date. They didn't say, hey, why don't y'all come to dinner with us so we can all get to know each other and we can ask you your favorite colors?
Nope.
Yeah, it is breaking buns. Yep, that's what they came for.
Y'all are terrible. They said breaking buns. Ooh, the children got you.
And the thing is, what I'm not understanding is how everybody missed the fact that it wasn't that they were homosexual. It's just that they was evil. To do what they was trying to do was hella evil. But then the story goes on, and Lot says, listen to me. This is where it gets real messed up. This is the part of the story that all preachers skip over. He said, listen to me. You can't have my friends. You cannot have my friends. But I got 2 daughters and they're virgins. Now, I'm going to send them out there. You can do whatever you need to do. But you can't touch these men. I'll wait. I'm waiting for the outrage. I'm waiting. Now, these men came here for the purposes of grape. They weren't interested in your daughters. They didn't ask about your daughters. They already seen your daughters. Your daughters got fiancés. They done probably ran through them already. They not interested in your daughters. They interested in these men. And Lot says, I got 2 fresh ones for you. You can take them to Pound Town. Just please leave my homies alone, yo.
That's fucked up.
Now, of all of the stories that the preachers tell about Sodom and Gomorrah, they never speak about how absolutely insane it was that man wanted to protect God's angels by allowing his daughters to be raped by a gang of angry sodomites. I'm just saying.
No, that's her.
So you cannot, these men, you cannot, but you do whatever you want with my daughters. How many ministers have preached about that?
Girl, please.
That Lot was willing, that Lot was willing to trade an assault for an assault and use his own kids to do it.
They don't discuss that at all.
They never talk about that. They don't even discuss it. Those women didn't matter. They didn't matter at all. They were virgins and they were engaged. But it was okay to defile them so the men that were promised to marry them could, say, hey, you send them over there, they got ran through, I'm going to find another wife. Like,
violent, aggressive motherfuckers.
They were so busy pushing the homosexual agenda and trying to make all homosexuals easy, that they were willing to step over the fact that that man was willing to send his daughters out there to an angry mob of sodomites to be assaulted. That didn't matter at all. But I mean, the girls got their revenge against their daddy, because after everything burned down, and they had to go run to the mountains to go hide and live and all of that, they got their dad drunk and they ran a train on their daddy.
Hey, you know, it is what it is.
They ran a train on their daddy. The one sister went first, the other sister went second, and they both got pregnant by their daddy. Do you hear what I'm saying?
No, I hear what you're saying, girl. It's
Do you hear what I'm saying?
girl. The darkness of man, it knows no end. Like, it's like
this is the man that was about to send you out to get ran through by a gang of angry diddy doo-wop bops.
And then look at them create.
And y'all wanted, and then you want to have a bit, what? All of these niggas was sick. This is a dysfunctional family to the 80 millionth trillionth degree.
You gotta have to keep on crying.
And Abraham, God bless his heart. What if we find 4.5 people? Like, what if I find 4 good people and a strong midget? Like,
what about just 2, 1 man, 2 women, and a baby? That's it.
Whose family? This is Lot's family. This is in the Bible. This is in Genesis, G.
Girl, in Genesis, I was talking. I think that was.
And I think that's the thing that people keep missing. Because, see, in Genesis, understand this, and see, this is why I say it's so important to pay attention to timing of things. Because the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah happened before the flood, didn't it? Yep.
Of course it did.
And what book? What book?
Straight into that grieving we were talking about.
What book? And what book are the 10th commandments in? Exodus. Exodus 20. Genesis is the first book in the Bible. Exodus is the second. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah happened hundreds of years before the 10th commandments were even written on stone and given to Moses. Why is nobody paying attention to that? There were homosexuals and sodomites long before God wrote the 10 laws that he wanted us all to follow, because apparently niggas are stupid and needed instruction. The 10th commandments came in Exodus. It came after Sodom and Gomorrah. It came after the flood. The world had been screwing up long before God wrote those laws, and he wrote it down for us because he saw we was stupid, and he gave us the free will that he didn't take back. So you might be idiots, but here, just try to follow these 10 things. You following me? So tell me something. If God thought that homosexuality was so evil, and he destroyed that entire town, thousands of people, for being homosexual, why didn't he put it in his laws? Why didn't God put it in the 10th commandment? Somebody make that make sense to me. All of this evil crap happened in Genesis. which happened long before Exodus, which means the fall of man had hundreds of years to get it together, and it didn't happen. He took everybody out with the Sodom and Gomorrah, and the niggas was still acting up. He wiped out everybody with the flood, and niggas was still acting up. So he said, you know what? I see y'all have a hard time. I'm going to come down from heaven, and I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to write it out in block. Do not do this. Do not do that. Do not do this. Do not do, and please really don't do this. And he gave it to Moses to try to help his people out because they keep screwing up this free will thing. They keep going too far. Over and over again. Y'all don't think everybody thought it was the end of the world at Sodom and Gomorrah, and the world kept going. But it was the end that time. Y'all don't think everybody thought it was the end with the flood? Yeah, but the world kept going after that. That was the end. The world has ended a lot. God has had to deal with us a lot. But that doesn't explain the fact that the church has decided to remix what God actually said, and yet they don't want to acknowledge what God actually said. If God hated homosexuality, why didn't he put it in the 10 Commandments? I know what God does hate. He hates an evil SOB. He hates evil. He hates injustice. He hates jealousy. He hates greed. God don't like ugly and don't much give a damn about pretty either. Ain't none of us supposed to be focusing on all that. We supposed to be focusing on him. See, if you're focusing on God, you're not thinking about all of these worldly things.
Right.
You're not thinking about the cares of the world when you're thinking about God. How you worried about gender reassignment and you ain't found your assignment with God? That's the assignment you should be looking for.
Okay.
Get that right. And then go off and do your little science project. You can do whatever you want. You got the free will. We all got a job to do for the Lord. That's why we're here. We're not here for all this crap. Balenciaga and child slavery and teleporting little people and pharmaceutical and people out and paying people to lie on people and put them in lawsuits when they was in jail and couldn't have committed the crime, but let's do it anyway and see if it works. Are you fucking kidding me? We here for this shit. Yet we all up in this shit. Worry about all the wrong things.
All the wrong shit.
But if I can't get a religious minister or a house to explain to me how God just forgot to put homosexuality as one of the sins that he hates and does not want us to commit. I'm trying to figure out how God forgot to do that after all of this dealt with that he done dealt with before then. You cannot tell me if he took out a whole town because they was gay that he wouldn't have made it a law so people wouldn't make that mistake again. Because the laws were written after all of that happened. Why does nobody see that? Why do none of these ministers talk about that? Why? Why?
The rabbit hole goes deep because I have my Bible in front of me right now.
Why in God's name Why? In God's name. How in God's name is it possible that God would have forgotten that? He went through the trouble to destroy a whole town. Towns, thousands of people. Because he so-called hated them, but he forgot to put it in his laws? How? Unless someone's trying to convince me that God is a forgetful God.
More like the agenda they trying to push. Like I'm looking
And
at the
yet,
book right now.
They skipped over the whole fact that Lot was willing to let his daughter be brutalized. You know, they do that a lot in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people forget about Tamar. And how she was allowed to be assaulted by one of her own half-brothers. And the one brother that stood up for her and got justice for her had to run for his life. Why are people always protecting predators? Hey, Ayasha.
Hey, Mama.
Why? They tell a story and we believe it. They put on their little uniforms, their little robes. And they wear their little adornments and their little funny hats. Or their very shiny suits. And they get up there and they lie to people. I will never walk in another religious institution that has a picture of Yeshua as white hanging on the wall. If I see a white Jesus on the wall, I'm out of there. Because y'all know that ain't his color. And it says it in the Bible. And you still keep selling that drivel like it's real. Just like the Catholic Church convinced the whole world in 14th, 15th century popedom that Mary of Magdalene was a prostitute when she was anything else but. Just like I do believe the religious houses have been hiding the fact that, in my opinion, from what I've learned and what I've seen, Mary of Magdalene was Yeshua's wife.
But they don't want to talk about that too.
When he
They don't want to
resurrected,
talk about that issue though.
the first person that he went to go see was her. Everybody said it was because she was such a faithful servant. She didn't ever walk away. She was so, like, they made her sound like a lap dog.
Yeah, all right.
But the last time I checked, if my husband just passed away and I watched him be unalived in front of the whole world, and every man that stood with him ran like a coward. Some of them even pretended like they didn't know him, even though they were recognized as being with him. What wife wouldn't leave her husband's side? Everybody else turned their back on him. Why was she? And he said he would rise, and he did. And guess what? Why has nobody considered that the reason why Mary of Magdalene was the first person that Jesus saw? Because he went to go have time with his wife before he talked to his workers. Because that's what the apostles were. They were his workers. Like he said, let me make you fishers of men. He put them on to the prophecy. He put them on to ministry. And guess who funded it? Mary of Magdalene. She was the financial background for Yeshua's ministry. Why does nobody talk about that? She was possessed by demons. He delivered her, and she never left his side. And she was the most effective part of his ministry after he left. You know, Coretta Scott King did the same thing for Martin Luther King, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why is nobody willing to look at that? Instead, this very, very, very devoted and humble woman who believed in Yeshua and his ministry more than anything was instead labeled a sycophant, a clout chaser, and a prostitute by the Catholic Church, and none of those things were true. None of those things were true. And yet, I don't know how many ministers I've heard in church sit down and talk about how kind Jesus was for taking his time out to deliver this lost prostitute. Talk about destroying someone's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about destroying someone's life work. And it just took one drunk weirdo in a funny hat and a dress who's probably touching on kids right after he said that crap. Had him a little eunuch from Rome. A whole peachy man. Called the person who was most devoted to Yeshua a prostitute and a clout chaser. Meanwhile, while the Catholic Church is destroying Mary of Magdalene's reputation to dampen the reach of what she did for Yeshua's ministry, you have the Jews running around paying everyone to say that Yeshua never rose and that it was all a hoax and that Mary and the disciples stole his body and you know, got rid of the evidence so they would believe. Like, it's insane. They literally attacked the entire validity of Yeshua's life and ministry. And then they took it and turned it into something that it wasn't. And then they made him a color that he wasn't. And then they changed his words and turned his words around. And then they changed his father's words and turned his father's words around. And they done remixed it so much that y'all don't even realize that they put so many lies into the whole Bible that they've actually tricked you into Satanism. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Like it says in Revelations, those who can see, see. Those who can hear, hear. And those who are wise will not be fooled. Watch and pray. Lean not into thine own understanding. Do not trust what's in your mind, because everything there is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
God is a man, God is a woman, and God is a son. See how much the patriarchy hated women? That they removed God the mother and replaced it with a bird. And everybody fell for it.
Like a motherfucker.
What y'all think? Yeshua was born in vitro?
Here she go.
Is that what you think? Yeshua was a test tube baby? Because see, God said that he made us in his image. Which would mean he made us to mirror what he is and how he rolls. Hey, Fatine. Seriously. If here it's father, mother, child, why wouldn't it be the same in heaven? How we got father, son, bird? How? Make that make sense. And we just fall for it. Yes, God, the dove. What he did, he rubbed on the bird and Yeshua came out?
Girl.
The stupidity. Come here, little bird. Let me squeeze out a baby. Let's go half on a baby with a bird. Like, are you kidding me? How you go half on a baby with a bird? And we accept that. God the Father, God the Mother, God the Son. The Son is born in the womb. This is the antithesis of this. But see, the funny thing is, why haven't anybody asked these questions before? Why do we so easily just sit around and let these weirdos play in our face and put on their little uniforms and hold their little books and act like they give a damn about something, and we just take them at their word? Religion is nothing more than opinion. It's not God. God is no religion. There are no denominations in heaven.
Like, for real.
They don't have a Muslim section in heaven. They don't have a Catholic section in heaven. They ain't got no Seventh-day Adventist section. They definitely ain't got no Pentecostal, and they are not going to have Kojic. I'm saying. Yeshua said it himself. My Father's house is to be a place of worship for all people. So how it gets segregated so fast?
Girl, that's just raggedy reality.
There ain't gonna be no Buddhist section. Ain't gonna be no Hindu section.
They don't understand.
Ain't gonna be no Bollywood or no Nollywood. And definitely ain't gonna be no Hollywood. Is that what y'all do? Will you sit down and ask the Lord to forgive you all your sins and to bring you salvation? Do you make sure you say at the end, and Lord, please don't put me next to the Jews. Lord, please don't put me next to the Jehovah's Witness. Lord, will you put my spot in heaven and I'll make it through them pearly gates? I would love it if I could be in the HOA with Muslims only. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Be sorry for what they done to their mind, right?
You join the Illuminati the second you sign a recording contract. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you agree to it or not, the second you sign that contract, you are a part of the Illuminati. It is just that simple.